Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and to our next music reaction. Alright, today we're going to be continuing with the Dystopia Trilogy from Dreamcatcher. I had said at the end of Scream, which was the first Dreamcatcher song and video that I listened to and reacted to, that I was really curious where it said it was going to be continued. And you guys were kind enough in the comment section to give me a tremendous amount of information. So I've been informed now that there are 3 parts. It's a 3-part series, of which Scream is the first, and that is the Dystopia story trilogy. And you guys also included some things about the storyline itself being very focused around issues of hateful speech, social media and technology, and the ways that it can corrupt and harm people. So I did go back and rewatch Scream also with the lyrics on, because that did definitely contribute and help me see the bigger picture, and I could definitely see the idea of that and how that is supposed to be the beginning of this. And you guys also mentioned to look at some of the costumes and the stylings and the different sort of settings, and I talked a lot about the badass girls with swords, and you were talking about that being very indicative of an older time and place, and moving forward, I'd have to kind of think about that as well. So I'm really actually quite interested now. The idea that there's these intricate storylines that they weave throughout their songs is really fascinating to me, and so yeah, I'm really curious to see where part 2 picks up. This is called Boca. And of course, in Spanish, that, mouth, so we're talking about language. And you guys also said that that's the tree of language. When I was like, it looks like the tree of life, it's the tree of language. So really interesting. So yeah, I'm definitely curious to see how this continues, and we're gonna pick it up right now. So let's check it out. Here we go. Whoop, there's the tree. Dystopia, lose myself. Alright. Whoop. Okay, let me get rid of that. That's interesting looking. Woo! Okay, I like this beat! And it turns into black and white, so... This is interesting with the blurring. That's gorgeous. Ooh! Let me see the shape. Okay, that's a gorgeous scene. Woo! Alright, here they go. Thorn-like? Okay, that's interesting. She's being chased by some guy in a creepy mask. Ooh, okay. Okay, that's a gorgeous dress. Look at that, that's so ridiculously gorgeous. I want to get some of those. Look at that. There is the love indeed. Woo! Okay, that's cool. Oh man, her voice is amazing. And there's that mask again. Don't open your mouth. Yeah. Oh, they look so fucking gorgeous there. Oh my god. Okay. Excuse my language, guys. I got a little excited, especially with that image of them at the end, all in their beautiful gowns in front of the tree. So that was Boca. Very interesting. I'm glad that you guys gave me the suggestions, one, to turn on the closed caption so I could see the lyrics, and two, gave me the information about some of the context behind the overall story, because I think it definitely did contribute quite a bit. Musically, the song itself is quite different from Scream, right? So I think this really helps me to gain an understanding of the continuation between the two. There were certain things, like if I didn't know from your comments, I would still obviously see certain things like along the lines of the tree, which they keep coming back to, and just visually the concept of masks and everything. But yeah, otherwise I would be like, okay, I'm very curious about how these are connected. So I'm really glad that I had the lyrics up. But you could definitely see that overall idea, dealing with language, hatefulness, social media, technology, coming through here in Boca. You saw a lot of going back to, say, in front of the tree, and in that they were wearing very like beautiful gowns with little jewels, and it was very like light colors, white, pastels, almost like a fairy tale, gorgeous beautifulness. But you'd see things like rain coming in, and then at one point it looked like she got shot by an arrow, after we saw also a scene of one of the girls shooting an arrow. So it would kind of transition from that to the faster beat, and that would like switch to what looked like a more modern setting. And the modern setting, everyone was dancing and kind of under these lights that were very harsher, darker tones. So a lot of red, a lot of black. And that was where we saw things that were strange, like the one girl going into the rooms that seemed to like it had like wavy mirrors that were distorting things, and we saw some people with their faces looking like they were all distorted. And then there was also the scenes of the one girl being chased, continuously chased by somebody wearing a mask, and we saw the mask, of course, at the end again. And then there were other things, you know, in the lyrics themselves, talking about where is the love. Basically, this is the love is disappearing, and hateful language is leading to all of these things. And talking about words as being like thorn-like. So I guess the idea of people hunting you down, almost like the person chasing you with this cruelty, people that you don't even know, or that people that are hiding behind a mask. So anonymous people, if we're looking at social media and technological connections, and the cruelty that can bring, and I guess the changes that makes, I think, with the transition that we kept having from the tree and the beautiful gowns into that more harshness, which was very interesting. And like I said, visually, I wouldn't have necessarily seen a lot of the connection, other than the tree itself, between the two songs, if it wasn't for me being able to look at the lyrics and having the context. So I think the context of the story definitely contributes a lot to a full, like, intense enjoyment of this. But yeah, that was really great, and now I really am very curious to see the conclusion. So I think you guys said the third one, the conclusion of this story, is called Odd Eye. And then they also have a nightmare story, is that correct? Because I'm gonna definitely do Odd Eye next, but I'd also be very curious about this nightmare story. If you guys could tell me in the comments, let me know what the songs are that are in that storyline, because I'd like to check those out afterwards, I think. So I really enjoyed this. I really like the story component behind this. It's very different. It's very, very different than what you see in a lot of pop music, you know, so yeah, and of course the rock elements. So yes, I enjoyed this very much, and I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. like I said, leave your comments below. Let me know what you'd like me to react to next, and let me know the songs in the Nightmare series. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.